Hello, hey everybody, I'm Joey Sparks, and God's mercies are new again this morning.
Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. I woke up this morning with my mind.
If you go back and you look at the history of, say, running a mile, every time the time barrier is broken, the first person to run a 7-minute mile, then the first person to run a 6-minute mile, 5-minute, 4-minute mile. Every time that falls, there's a opening of the floodgates for others who then begin to run a mile that fast. So no one in history has been recorded as running a mile this fast for under 4 minutes, let's say. And then the first guy does it. And then all of a sudden, within a few short weeks or months, more and more and more people begin to break through it because they now see it's possible. They get a psychological boost. Maybe they learn some other tips from that person or from studying or from training themselves. And now it's possible for a lot of people to do that feat. We get a boost from seeing that it's possible. When we talk about how Paul lists these Christians up in Philippi, they're in a delicate situation. They've got some agreeing that needs to happen in the Lord. He's going to address in chapter 4. And as he's building this case for it, he's shown them that when you get to chapter 2, you need to have all of this comfort and participation and affection. That all comes from Christ and his love when you carry those things out. And he says, Christ is the ultimate example of this attitude. In a way, that's kind of, quote, broken the barrier. Then he's also going to show multiple examples of people who have been Christ-minded, who are proven time and time again, this is possible to live and to serve one another this way. So that's breaking the barrier. That's more and more showing that it's possible, that it's not out of our reach, that it's not impossible, that it doesn't create pressure. Instead, it opens the door for us to obey. Paul is going to be an example, clearly, that he goes back and forth with multiple times, his own life. Hey, here's how I'm serving you in this unselfish way. But then chapter 2 contains 2 more. There's another person that carries out this love of Christ that they're going to need to implement in their own lives. It's chapter 2, beginning of verse 19. I hope in the Lord Jesus to send Timothy to you soon, so that I too may be cheered by news of you. I'm going to send my close companion to you so he can bring me back good news about you. He says for verse 20, for I have no one like him who will be genuinely concerned for your welfare. Genuinely concerned for your welfare. Think about that in light of chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. Looking out in humility on other people's interests. Verse 21, for they all seek their own interests, others, not those of Jesus Christ. Timothy's concern is Christ. Therefore, he will look out for your interests. Verse 22, how do you know that? How can I know this about Timothy? Because Timothy's proven worth is, as a son with a father, he has served with me in the gospel. So I hope, therefore, to send him just as soon as I see how it will go with me. How's my trial, my case going to turn out? And I trust that in the Lord, shortly I myself will come also. I'm sending him ahead. Once I figure out what's going on here, I'll send him ahead, and he's going to be one who will take care of your needs because he serves Christ's interest, and Christ's interests are your interest. So Timothy is an example of someone who follows after Christ sacrificially with joy, proving it's possible. It's possible, therefore, for the Philippians to obey as well. And we thank you for your time this morning. It is our prayer that God's timeless word will be on your mind all day today.
I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus.